Bullying is a pattern of behavior which involves in an imbalance of social, physical, and the power. It is directed representatively towards specific and general tertiaries or subjects. Bullying can be defined in many different ways depending on context. Bullying happens when a person affects you physically, psychologically, or verbally. One of the most appropriate ways to avoid it is to talk to someone about it and imbalance you in the best you are.
In children, bullying is present as exclusion that children have with respect to each other to play or not to include it in any group of friends.
Adolescents. The most vulnerable to acts of bullying are adolescent girls and young homosexuals. The boys and girls who are subject to such harassment come to life in terror, dread going to school, and in some cases even have depression and thoughts of suicide. This can occur in children of all ages, is the most common in adolescents. It is believed that 1 in 3 teenagers aged 12 to 16 live or have lived a situation of bullying, being bullied or the bully.
There are the causes. This behavior is acquired when the person is humiliated by adults. They feel superior either because they have the support of the attackers or that the hunted is a child with very little ability to respond to attacks. At the household, life may be due to the lack of a parent, no matter what is the reason, as a divorce, violence, abuse, humiliated by exercised by parents or other siblings. Might also be a child spoiled by her parents and for the reason feels the authority to harm others because parents are not used to call attention. It happens because of lack of boundaries.
32% of high school students recognize having suffered the breakage of tools or other objects brought to school. Verbal violence reaches percentage between 12% and 14% depending on the grade. 10% of students say having suffered threats from a classmate. 8% have been victims of social violence. 7% of them point out have been beaten by their peers. And 4% claim to have been victims of robbery because of threats and other deaths, which provides the ACLAC study in 2011. 37% of sixth-grade boys said they were insulted or threatened, and 32% said.
Solutions. Parents of boys and girls who are victims of bullying have to establish the school a plan to end the situation and maintain communication with counselors and teachers to follow the evolution of the process. Must give full support to the victim. We will have to explain and get them to understand that he is not guilty of anything, which has been subject to torture situation, and find ways to restore their self-esteem. Sometimes the assistance of a therapist may be necessary.
There are the consequences. There are consequences to both parties, both aggressor and victim. For the aggressor, the consequences are that in the future may become criminals because the person is frustrated because he has difficult to live with the other beliefs that any effort you make would work to create a positive relationship with people. The consequence for the victims, self-esteem is lost or interest in study or emotional disturbance depression, suicidal thoughts.
Are you used to hearing about bullying?
Yes, I am. Since I work at a school, it is very common.
What is your opinion of this topic?
Well, I think this is a very delicate topic and we need to read more. We need to be informed of the ways to avoid this in our classroom.
Did you used to be a victim of bullying?
Yes, I used to be a victim of bullying in high school by some guys who were angry because I had broken up with my boyfriend, his friends.
You used to witnessing some cases of abuse?
Yes, I'm used to witnessing this kind of cases in my classroom.
Which has been their reaction under this circumstance?
Well, my reaction in this case has been to talk to the students that are doing bullying in a private way, and then trying to talk to the whole group about the actions that they can help me with in preventing bullying.
Okay. You used to know factors of the aggression?
I suspected the factors of the aggressions to some of the students that I have witnessed, but moreover, sometimes we cannot be open about this because the rest of the students or the rest of the teachers don't even know this, because sometimes the parents are not clear or are not open to the school about the kind of problems their students their children have.
Are you used to knowing the consequence of this problem?
Yes, unfortunately, I have heard of cases where some students have even committed suicide or have been deeply depressed and have even quit high school.
What are the types of bullying that you know?
Well, the type of bullying that I know is psychological, oral bullying, and physical bullying, which is the worst.
Did you used to know the most frequent age rank where the bullying is present?
Most frequent rank when bullying is presented is in their teenage years.
Are you used to knowing the place where it is most frequent that the bullying is presented?
Yes, I am. The places where bullying is frequently presented is at schools and is also in their neighborhood.
Do you know which gender is most affected by bullying?
The gender that is mostly affected by bullying, or the one that I have seen the most, is in boys, because they tend to play very heavy pranks and they don't measure the consequences.
What kind of people are more vulnerable to suffer bullying?
The kind of people that are more vulnerable to bullying are like shy kids, kids that don't have a wide range of friends. Those are the ones that I have seen suffer the most.
Are you used to thinking that the education provided by parents at home has influence on the behavior of the aggressor or the aggressed?
Yes, I have thought about this, and by the things that I have read, an aggressive a house that has bullying or that has victim violence, is these kind of children are the ones that start acting out on the bullying with their peers, with their classmates.
What solutions can you use for this problem?
Well, I think this problem has to start, or the solution to this problem starts at home. So I think communication with their parents is the key. Also, we as teachers at school have to be able to identify the kind of problems that may be arising. Sometimes they don't do it in front of us, but we can look at the consequences from those kids that are suffering bullying.
Good. Many thank you, Professor Claudia Velasquez, by giving us a little bit of its time. Was a pleasure have shared this experience with you of the next. Thank you.
Why you gotta be so rude? Don't you know I'm human too? Why you gotta be so rude? I'm gonna marry you anyway. Marry that girl.
When I was younger and just starting to attend primary school, I suffered bullying. My parents at the time did not have enough money and we complete just in my house for the food. So we did not have the money to buy new shoes or new clothes for the school. One day my parents had to work very early, so I left the school hours before and tried. After time being alone in the classroom, some classmates started arriving.
Kelly, look, Alejandra is already here. But how can she be here if it's too early? I don't know for sure why her parents left her here. You know that they are labour workers. Yeah, sure. It must be the poor are always working.
Hey girls, what did you put to her? I see it's Alejandra. Would you like to see dresses? Look like to be. Don't you have anything better to wear? You didn't know anything, right?
Honey, what took you so long? I have a soccer game and I will be late.
I'm waiting for my friends to go to who's where. You're fan number 1.
So you are my fan number 1? I did give you a kiss, but you are so ugly. No wonder that no boy wants to be with you.
Look at, we defined the poor girl's classroom.
Don't touch your hair, Daniel. Don't you know she can help life? That all poor people hate.
Are you still here? Why don't you all help her?
Let her. Poor thing. She's not guilty of being poor and ugly.
You saw all her shoes!
Where did you put your shoes? In the trash?
Where do you think you are going and with whose permission?
One day, I could not take it anymore and told my parents. I knew they didn't not have enough money to change the school, but thank God, I found a public school where all my classmates were nice. Shortly after, my father received a promotion and I never again taught football.